Hello everybody, my name is Matt Lloyd and today I'm going to give an informative speech about starting your own business. So there are many benefits that come along with starting your own business. First of all, you get to be your own boss pretty much, which is nice. You get to take days off when you want. You are at the whim of your own work ethic and sense of responsibility. So for a lot of people that's really nice. So I just started my own business. It's called Paragon North Designs. It's a graphic design company. So, what I love about my business is I work primarily with local businesses. So my business helps other businesses succeed, and in doing so, I succeed. So it's nice. I get to make an impact, I think, in my local community, and share, better the world. I think make a positive impact. So there are many different types of businesses that you can start. Mine is a sole proprietorship, and that's the first one I'm going to start talking about. Now, the most important thing to remember about a sole proprietorship is that the law makes no distinction between you and your business. So if something happens to your business and your business is liable, you are personally liable for that business as well. Even when it comes to taxes, you just have one form that you add on to your personal taxes, and that's all you have to do for a sole proprietorship. A sole proprietorship is the idea that America was founded on, that you go to work and you provide a service or a product. Somebody pays you for that product. At that point, you have a sole proprietorship. Now, nowadays, there's a lot of filing, and in different states, it's different. I have a business license for mine, and insurance and things like that. So, but still, it's a sole proprietorship. The next type I'd like to talk about is an LLC. This is a pretty common type of business. It's a limited liability company is what it is. It's also known as a limited liability corporation, but it's not actually a corporation. That's the big difference. But what the limited liability means is that as opposed to a sole proprietorship, is you are not personally responsible for anything that happens within your business. It reserves a certain amount, limited liability. So you're not going to be totally responsible for everything. The company will soak up a little bit of it. It offers some protection, but it's not a corporation. The next type is an actual corporation. There are a couple different types of corporations, many different ways to do it, but they're generally much bigger. They are fully standalone, separate from the owner. So if anything happens to the corporation, the owner should be just fine. Most of the time, corporations are governed with bylaws and articles of incorporation, and so those are what govern how a corporation reacts to certain situations. Another type is partnerships. There are many different types of partnerships. Just however you kind of want to work it out. There are even limited liability partnerships, an LLP. And what that means is you enter into a partnership business, but you're not liable for anything that happens to your partner. If something were to happen to your partner and they had to drop out of the business would dissolve, essentially. So there are plenty of different types of partnerships. The last type I'd like to talk about is nonprofits or charity. The nonprofits and charities are very complex. There are many different types of these also. Lots of different ways to set them up, lots of different ways to provide services and, gain benefits and things like that for different charities, for different causes. And generally, they are incorporated, and they have a board of directors that, governs how they work and everything. There are lots of different resources available for starting a business. Primarily, the one that stands out in America is the SBA. It's the Small Business Association. So you basically can go, it's a government association that you can go to for help. They help with financing, they help with guidance, they help with planning and organization. They help with every aspect that you could possibly need in starting your business. They provide an immense amount of support. That's what they're there for. There is an SBDC generally in any area. This is more of, it's kind of an offshoot of the SBA, more on a local level. So this is the logo for the Alaska SBDC. It's the Small Business Development Center is what that is. Then next there is the Chamber of Commerce. This also works on a like a state level, a local or a city level. So the Chamber of Commerce, I love my local's Chamber of Commerce. It was one of the first things I did with my business, and I can't tell you how much it has helped me with networking and meeting other local professionals. The next one I'd like to talk about are any local groups. The one that I'm involved in most primarily is the Alaska chapter of AIGA, which is the American Institute of Graphic Arts. It's a national group, but the Alaska chapter is a local chapter that, you know, works for graphic design. So, the next thing I'd like to talk about is financing. Financing is tricky. Depending on your type of business that you'd like to start and what your needs are as far as upfront costs, you know, if you'd like to have an office, if you're going to sell products, you need to back stock, you need to get a warehouse, you need to hire people, employees. It all depends, financing, but there are a lot of different financing options available. Ones I've already mentioned, the SBA and the SBDC are probably the most, you know, probably the best resources for financing advice, and SBA loans is the most common type of business loan there are, but those are run by, they basically are loans guaranteed by the SBA but provided by local institutions like banks and credit unions. So you get in with one of those and you can get established credit lines, such things like that, and you work on your business's credit, you know, if it's not a sole proprietorship, otherwise it is your credit. There are also venture capitalists, what's called venture capitalists, and these are groups or single people that have signed on as venture capitalists, and basically what they do is they are investors that invest in companies under all sorts of strictures, but they're kind of nice. You can pretty much find them anywhere, and they're investors that are there to help businesses start. The next is private investors. They work the same way, but private investors more is specific to friends and family and acquaintances and things like that, people you know personally that would be willing to invest in your business, that think that you will make some money and they're, you know, willing to invest in that. So starting a business can be a really wonderful thing. It's very involved. It takes a lot of organization, a lot of work ethic, and a lot of research and a lot of work. But you make it work, and you can be incredibly successful. You can, you know, be your own boss, set your own schedule, things like that. It's amazingly wonderful. It really is the American dream, and it helps you contribute in a society like ours. You can contribute to the society at large. So, and it really is a way to not find but create your own dream job. So thank you for paying attention. Have a good day.